show you the. Just pause it.
I don't think it'll let me do that.
Did I let you pause it?
Oh, there we go. We're figuring it out so it doesn't get all weird when we try and stream it. How's everybody doing? Hey, LP. Hello, Lindsay and Steph.
Lindsay and Steph.
The gang's all here. Alright, is it still...
Yeah.
Awesome. Perfect. I didn't even know I could do that. Hi, Kelly. Just learning all sorts of new stuff, being at home. Alright. How are you today?
I'm good.
It's good.
Hello, Alyssa. From Chicago.
Almost time for bed.
I agree.
He has been taking
I've
lots
been
of naps.
taking amazing naps lately.
Oh, that's fair.
Michigan.
God, we're just...
No,
No.
it is not.
No.
4 p.m. is not too early for dinner.
Hi, Miss Lori.
Hey, John, what's up, man?
Oh, we're going to give it just a couple minutes. Today we're going to talk about one of the unspoken, I shouldn't say unspoken, one of the rules of City Museum design rules of no dead ends. That's our theme for today. South City, nice. Oh, Steph is actually at the City Museum. That's very exciting. I'm a little jealous if I'm honest with you. I miss it. We're going to have to make our way down there at some point. You getting everything going?
Yeah, it's all looking great.
We've got some background music. If anybody's from out of state or anywhere else, let us know. I'm kind of excited. Hi, Nancy. Yeah, we'll get started here in just a couple minutes. Well, like 2. Yeah, that's fair stuff. Yeah, we've got some cool photos. Max has been working this week, as we talk about some upcoming shows. Max has been working on digitizing some older videos that we have of the museum and even some footage that predates the museum. He's Max, by the way, that guy. Oh, thank you. My sister got these. My sister got these for me a while back. My sister and I are 20 months apart, and luckily we have like similar tastes, so it worked out for us. Let's see. Should we get started?
It's
4 or 3. I feel like that's a...
We all miss the museum suit.
Yeah, so we miss it too. It's our second home for sure, so we're
Well, it's lying to you to tell you how many people are on. It says 19, but we're at 60, so yeah, you can totally start. Hello, 60 people.
Ethan says hi. Alright, we're gonna get going then. Ooh, nice! Fishing in Forest Park, that sounds lovely. I know our one of our building managers has been fishing quite a bit lately. I don't think he's hating it, to be honest with you. Okay.
You start.
Alright, I'm gonna get started. Max is gonna make sure we are sounding tip-top. We are talking about... Okay, so, past few Wednesdays we've been talking about some design rules throughout the museum. We've covered anything's a brick if you have enough of them, natural light whenever possible, and no straight lines. Today we're going to talk about no dead ends. That's our topic for today. So we're going to go through some photos of different parts of the museum that are good examples of that. Some of them are recent, some of them are from a really long time ago. Music's getting louder. Another part of no dead ends that I want to touch on a little bit and have some examples of is that I didn't kind of realize this until one of the members of the crew told me about it, but they sort of have a policy of any like tunnel or slide you go down, when you go in through, like when you start it, you can't see the ends, so it's like extra little mystery there. So so there's no dead ends, and then the not seeing where you're going, which goes with the place, right? All right. So we will get to the photos. So if I can switch over here. And if anyone has any questions while we're going through these, or like any cool stories, or just questions about the museum in general, like definitely just leave it in the comments, and I'll keep an eye on those while we're talking. The glove tunnel freaks out Ethan. Which one's the glove tunnel?
Oh yeah, it's the one next to the polished women in Enchanted Caves.
Oh, that's fair. That's terrifying. Yeah, no, absolutely. There are different parts in the museum that have been called by different people throughout the years. The director didn't realize that we called the spot behind Beatnik's Robot Alley for like 3 years. It was pretty good. Good. All right. Cool. We're gonna get started. So the picture you have in front of you, it's from the Enchanted Caves. The caves expanded to this area around 2002. It extended the labyrinth of caves that started on the first floor. There are numerous ways to get through the section, tunnels of varying size branching off from the main entrance. Within the last few years, we opened another entry-exit point from the caves into the second floor. That leads you into the aquarium. Alright, that is another good example of just like multiple access points to one section of the caves, and also not really being able to see where you're going when you start on your journey. This one's a climber that goes up to the from the second floor up. You're going up to the third floor. For this one, it's open, obviously. From the stairs, you can see where it goes. But if you're going like straight into the bottom there, you're not really sure where you'll end up. And it doesn't let you like directly out on the third floor. It kind of like veers you off into a whole other path. So that's very typical of the museum. Here's another climber that sits on top of the fish on the first floor. It's another example of a spot with several entry points. One of the openings that goes into this section, Max told me earlier today that goes into, it was the entrance to one of the original slides in the building, like one of the first slides that they built. So that's pretty awesome. This is another shot of below that area. So you can kind of see the stairs going in the climber. And you can also tell if this is this is an older shot because you can see the writing on the dinosaur to the right. If you've been in there anytime within the last several years, it's been painted white for a while now. But it's at one point Bob would let everyone kind of like draw on it and write on it and everything. And Bob's mother, Judy, would come in, and every visit that she made, she would leave an anonymous, and I put that in quotes, anonymous suggestion in the suggestion box and say that we need to repaint it, and she was correct. So happily, we finally listened to her. Alright. This one is an early photo of Monstro. You can see the two planes that we've got there, and it looks like if you look kind of closely, there are climbers going into the planes, but it doesn't look like they're quite finished yet. There's a couple different ways. The spiral staircase that goes up into one of the planes. Thank you. The climbers. There's different walkways that lead you to there. You can tell this is a really old photo too. One, because the Ferris wheel is on the ground. That has since been moved up to the roof. And then the ball pit isn't there yet. In place of the ball pit is this giant military grade like water reservoir that they would fill with water, so it's kind of like walking on a waterbed. And then they had these giant bungee rubber band like ropes that hung from it that you could bounce off of that were attached to the observation deck above there. Eventually that popped. Somebody said it was from a high heel. Max said that it was from welding that got and burned a hole through it and broke it. Either way, it's not there anymore. Neither are the rubber band ropes. But we do have the ball pit and the baby ball pit, and then as anyone who's visited knows, it definitely like Monster kind of spread out since then. All right. Hi, Fatty. This one's a close-up view of one of the completed climbers that goes up into the. Oh, nice. Yeah, Stephanie. She takes Mondays for Musings with Stephanie and Maria. She's been going through her home, as I'm sure many of us have, myself included, and she's been finding some old photos of the museum, and I'm really excited to see those. She's got some really cool ones that we'll be showcasing in future episodes. Yeah, Ethan, Monster definitely expanded a whole lot more.
Hey Stephanie, I found video the other day of people on the bungees.
Oh. Yeah, we got the video of people using the bungees. That was before my time, so that I don't know how long those were up. It was pretty short-lived, comparatively speaking. Alright, this guy. So, there's a lot going on in this photo, but you can see a spiral slide towards the bottom left. There's a whole bunch of climbers, a lot of different ways to get to all the different parts of this outside part. A couple spiral staircases, more walkways. There's the dragon slide, the red dragon slide. Oh, hi, Mark. This is another one of the slides that you can't really see where the end is when you go down it. And this is a little close-up of that guy, which is pretty intense, but it's also one of my favorites. This is on the first floor, and I believe you can go up behind the tree. You can go up to the mezzanine, and then in the ceiling, there's some tunnels. If you go to the right, you get into the caves, but not directly into the caves. So there's and I always think the bird's nest is really cool looking too. But yeah, there's a lot of different ways to approach that tree on the first floor. Yeah, apparently I need to enunciate more, Stephanie. This is another climber on the first floor. It's to the right of the bird's nest. So this coil, a lot of the climbers that you've seen previously and the ones throughout the museum, a lot of those are made by the we are working on the audio, looks like. A lot of the climbers are made by crew. Oh, good. We're good? This one, thanks. We're figuring out the microphone. This one was actually made from one of the cooling. Okay. This climber was made from one of the cooling tanks from Anheuser-Busch. It was used when they were brewing beer. Yeah, a lot of the other climbers are made just from the crew, like from rebar, but this one was one that was probably donated or bought for scrap. And this actually leads you up to the ceiling. And this is another good example of your kids going up there and then the parents have no idea where the kids left off. But this is one of the places where they went. This is a close-up of the tunnels that came from Discovery Zone, which they are not in business anymore, but it was like this big climbing activity area that used to exist. I don't know if it was just do you know if it was just in St. Louis or was that a nationwide situation? Discovery Zone?
They were
Yeah, we end up getting from them when they close, and then this is one of the places where the kids go when they go up into the ceiling. This next one, it's a older photo of the back corner of the first floor. This is when it was still serving as a stage. You good?
Yeah.
All right. Making sure we're working here before we continue. So yeah, so this was the first. It was used as a stage for a lot of different events. There is a tunnel that goes down um, underneath the animal in the corner there, and there is a tree bridge thing that comes over that you can kind of see up in the upper left-hand corner. That comes over from above the fish tank on the first floor, and then it would go down into the tree house in the back corner. And then this is a little closer up view of the tree house. So it wasn't a dead end, but it was really contained. You couldn't go too far in that area. And then we think it was about 2010. I'm not 100% sure when this was, but if your memory is better than ours, definitely let us know when they started working on this section. I found a couple of photos of this, and we showed them in the last episode on Friday, from the archives episode. So they took out a bunch of the stuff on the first floor, the treehouse, and then came up through the floor up into the second floor garage, and then through there up into the third floor. And yeah, they really expanded it. And then give me 1 second, and we'll switch over to. So in 2011, it was completed. This should be, time-lapse footage of people going into the museum, exploring the new area. So this is a little bit like right after it opened. Well done for Sue and Ethan for exploring. Sometimes people say that it's just a kids museum, and I was like, I promise you it's not. We have lots of people from all ages going through all the installations, as they should. Yeah, it's cool. You can definitely see that the trees expanded really far out. You can't really, like, there is some parts on the stage that can't really be used as a stage anymore. The big tree to the left, that's a giant slide that they put in. That's inside an old tree trunk. And you can see people coming up from underneath the animals and climbing through the ceiling. That connects back to this little like mezzanine part on the first floor. You can see Scotty cleaning everything. Ethan says he's lost his son in this area many times. I'm sure you're not alone, but they always turn up.
Did you mention that my dad was in that one?
Yeah, you'll see Bob going through with Scotty cleaning out and I think he like keeps like kind of working and chipping away at the roots of the tree slide. We're just like cleaning while there are people here. Yep, there he is. It's Bob Castley going through just kind of making some last minute touches. I know. I wonder, did we talk to Scotty? How's Scotty doing? Scotty actually retired just a little while ago. Oh, my mom's watching. Hi, Mom. And thank you to Leaf taking Leaf from the crew did a lot of this time lapse footage. So if you can't tell, the City Museum's never actually completed, which is a good thing. But yeah, like everyone's coming in and still like making adjustments and while we're open. All right. So we'll head to this next clip, which is another view from the treehouse. So this view is looking down from like down onto the first floor. This is the new expanded treehouse. If you remember back from the slide before, or the last two slides, that it was just like this kind of like small contained area that's just exploded kind of up to multiple floors. And I have to say, looking at some of these time-lapse photos and videos, I think the sculptures and everything are the sculptures and the installations are all really like gorgeous and definitely worthwhile to look at on their own. But sometimes it's fun too to see all the different people going through all of these installations, and it really activates the space. I definitely think the visitors make it come alive, which is always really cool to see. Alright, we're gonna leave the first floor and head outside again. This is another close-up. This slide is not here anymore, but this was one outside. There are lots of spiral slides throughout the museum. Another example of not being able to kind of see where you end up when you start. This part's a really good example of that. This is the tuba slide, and you definitely can't see where you're going from that one. And that's outside on Monstro. Yeah, Ethan says he always finds something new. I gotta say, I've worked there for a while. Max has worked there since it opened, or has been around since it opened. A lot of us have been there a long time, and then when people come to visit, we're always like, "Oh, that's right. I guess that is there. I didn't realize that they finished this part." Or yeah, it's definitely not you, and that's one of the best parts about the museum is that we always keep building. This is from a view that I think is probably pretty familiar to people who have been there before. This is the top of the 10-story spiral slide. The spiral slide is original to the building. It was used as a chute to move down merchandise back when the museum was started its life as a shoe factory, international shoe factory.
Uh-huh.
Gonna go to the next one. And then this one I feel like is the prime example of not seeing where you're going when you start down the slide. This is, I believe, the dungeon slide?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, dungeon slide. It is also one of my favorite slides. You just kind of like drop down into below the museum. It's pretty fantastic. You just, yeah, you like hold on to that bar above it and then just kind of like let yourself drop down. Sue says her grandpa worked for International Shoe way back. That's awesome. Yeah, the building was built in the 30s. I was doing some research on that. The building in front that's the last hotel now, that was built, I believe, in like 1918, and then they expanded their business to have the factory right behind it, and that's when they built the building that the City Museum's in right now.
Yeah, that's amazing.
That's so cool.
Hey, it's working perfectly now.
Yay! I've been informed it's working perfectly now, which is very exciting. Tennessee Williams apparently worked at International Shoe for a little while too, which is also awesome. And as much as I could watch people drop down that little shaft all day, we'll move on to the next one. So this is, oops. Stuff. It looks like I don't have the photo that you had sent me, but this is one from early on when they were planning the planning the maze on the 4th floor. Yes, it doesn't matter. We're good. We'll just use this photo. This is when they were planning the maze on the up on the 4th floor. This is Leaf and some other members of the crew planning it out. So this does have some dead ends, but I've been told that some of those supposed dead ends are actually going to be, they're going to try and cut holes in the floor that'll let you down into the floor below, and either like just down onto the floor, or and like into different climbers and different places throughout the 3rd floor where you can get up to. So there's going to be a bunch of different, there's not going to be only one way to go through the maze. There's going to be a bunch of different access points. So that's super exciting. And then we're going to end with somebody going down with I believe it's Leaf going down. So there's a slide that's going to go from the 3rd floor down onto the 2nd floor. And I think some of you may have seen it. It's the part of it is going by the newer pinball area outside of Beatnik Bob's. And everyone wants to know where the entrance of the slide is. It will be in the maze. It's not open to the public yet, but they do slide tests, as they're building. So Sue says she has a photo. Yeah, that would be awesome if we could. I would love that. We will definitely use that.
We also have the one of me climbing around.
All right, so this is a video from the 3rd or 4th floor. Yeah, 4th floor down to the 2nd. And Max has it going back and forth, so we get a few looks at that. It's going to be awesome. I'm super excited. And they've built out a lot too since they took this video.
I have my video in there.
Oh, here. Can I show these parts? I'm super excited about this slide.
26.
Oh, here I found the close-ups of the map. So here's some of the maps. So you'll see some of the circles are going to be other like entryways and stuff like that into the maze. They've been building it for a while. It's at least part of it. Well, it's supposed to open this year. We'll see how that goes, but I'm pretty sure they can make it happen.
We just open it up.
Yeah, we just open it up and keep building. All right. Well, I think that about ends it. We've got a little video to play at the end.
Stop turning it down. Why are you turning it down?
Because it keeps turning up.
I keep turning it up. You keep turning it down.
We're having battle of the background audio right now.
Really close to that microphone, so you can hear it really well. Is it frozen?
Yeah, that's fine though. Okay, so as we figure this all out. Yeah, well, I'm going to. Yeah, we'll show you. Max went in. He had to go in to pick up some supplies the other day, and he took a little video, and it's pretty much looks like a first-person video game going through the museum, which is pretty funny. I honestly don't remember if I remember to introduce myself at the beginning of this. I'm Maria Castley. I'm the Chief Archivist and Tours Manager at City Museum. We are doing these shows Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Stephanie's been taking Mondays. I've been doing Wednesdays and Fridays. Friday we'll have some more video clips and photos that I found as I'm going through the archive. Thanks, Ethan. I'm glad you liked it. So yeah, we'll have some new material, some old material, some cool stuff to look at, and we have, if you look in the description, we have a link to our website, which has all of our other programming. We've got some other really cool stuff that the other members of the museum staff have been putting on while we've all been working from home. So thank you guys so much for watching. Take care of yourselves and each other, and we'll leave you with this little video guy that we've got going here. Oh, miss you too, guys. Yeah, we're really excited to
All right.
be able to see everybody again. So we'll see you soon. All right, bye.